make an intro. All right. Happy Friday, everyone. Um, this week on my channel. So here, SuperOtaku and myself, CollectorBrain, also known as Jens, or the other way around. Yeah, we went and saw Supergirl last night. Yeah, the one and only.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it was a great time. I
yeah,
mean, yeah, I went into it with high expectations too, which is not always a good thing, right? Like
mhm.
I have my, I'm a comic book guy, um, so these kinds of movies I think hit and mean more a little bit more to guys like us, right? Like who collect comic books. Um, and it's one thing if you just kind of have just regular expectations for the movie. Like for example, when I watched Falcon and was it the Captain America with the Red
Oh,
Hulk?
with the Red Hulk. Okay.
Yeah, forget what I think it was. Anyway, when I watched that movie, I like the Red Hulk. I like Captain America. I went into it with just I want to be entertained, right? Kind of low expectations. Let's see what this. And I came out of it like not hating the film, not really loving the film, but just like, yeah, it was good. But this one was different because I mean, if you watch my channel, I've just been like like I just love Superman,
Yeah.
and this was an extension of the Superman love. And so going into it, I was very, I knew I was going to like it, but that's all sometimes can backfire, right? Like you
Mhm.
like assume certain things and you think, oh man, I'm, like you're hyping it up, and then it, if it doesn't land, it kind of falls flat. But I did not get that sense at all. Now, there were a few parts in the movie that, like last year when I saw Superman,
Mhm.
the whole scene with Kal-El's parents saying go out and conquer Earth, you like make them your slaves, create a big harem, like procreate and all that. Like that that's not who Jor-El is. And so I had
Right.
really like that was my major issue. I love the film, but I came out of the theater being like, why would they? And so I convinced myself, no, they're gonna they're gonna correct that. Like
Mhm.
they're in the second movie, they're gonna explain how that whole thing transpired, and that's not the original message, right? Something got altered. And I convinced myself that because I'm just so fiercely passionate about these characters that Jor-El would never, like Laura and Jor-El would never do. They're his biological parents, and they're also good people, right? So, but in this movie, I don't want to spoil anything away. It kind of made me think, wait, are they gonna, are they gonna, rectify that thing? I don't know. I'm kind of worried.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, I watched that movie the day before we watched Supergirl. That was one thing that it's been a while since I watched it, so not everything stayed with me. But that was something that I also kind of stumbled across. Like, I mean, I'm not as big of a fan and know as much of the lore, but that definitely didn't speak to the Superman background or whatever that I know. And of course, you do something different, but this is because I like the absolute universe, and it's like the idea of it is doing something different. But even there, they maybe they portrayed the people on the planet, that there was like this giant government that is evil and stuff like that, but never the parents, right? So in
Yeah.
because it doesn't fit with the narrative. And I understand what they kind of wanted to say, like, okay, despite of that, he makes his own choices, he's his own person and stuff like that, but it still clashes a little bit. And also, like, kind of talked about it a little bit also, like, we want to review it, we don't want to spoil it, but I must say, like, watching the movie yesterday, it doesn't still doesn't fit the overall tone, I think,
Right.
right?
Yeah.
So if we can say that.
Yeah.
So
Well,
yeah,
so there was and I mentioned it to you yesterday, but there is a detail like that in the Supergirl movie that kind of bugged me as well.
mhm.
And I'm not gonna. I mean, it's not a. I guess mentioning it wouldn't ruin the movie per se, but I don't want to spoil anything for anyone, so I'll just kind of reserve it for down the road to talk about. But you know what I'm talking about, right? The in Spanish,
To,
it's like I don't know. I
towards
don't want to give
you
it away.
mean towards like something that happens at the end, or
No, no, no. The origin part. The origin part.
oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah, yeah. Um, they
yeah,
take some liberties with the origin story of Supergirl, and much like the whole Superman parents being evil thing, or not evil, but like kind of being these uh, not being um, kind, right? They want
yeah.
they're being like conquerors, right? Or like it kind of that didn't sit well with me. But outside of that, outside of those little kind of nitpicky issues, it was it met my expectations. Um, I mean, you and I mentioned it yesterday. I think this was as good as Superman, if not better, um, from a storytelling standpoint.
I gave when you asked me, I gave Superman an 8 out of 10, and I must say I'm gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10. I'm in the story and everything. Um, yeah, I just enjoyed, like, it's visually very appealing. I liked how the story was told. I like that the story is told differently from what we might know or assume. And yeah, I mean, I was satisfied, and also one of the factors that we talked about it before is like rewatchability, and I can totally see myself watching that movie several
Oh yeah,
times, just like I do with the Marvel movies.
yeah,
So it's definitely there for me. I tried to look into some of after the fact, like I didn't want to before, but I was like watching a couple of clips on other channels about reviews, and I had to stop because it actually got me a bit upset. Right? It's okay for somebody to have a different opinion, but I think the opinion needs to be rooted in something real, right? Um, on Fox News, they were talking about, uh, and I don't watch Fox News. I just saw a clip because once you start, type in Supergirl review, like the rabbit hole just like the floor just moves away and you're there, right? So they were talking
yeah.
about the fact that Millie Alcock said that Supergirl could be bi or something like that. She said it on the red carpet, and they're like, "Oh my god, this is like this craziness and disgusting and woke nonsense." And I was like, "Oh god, I just can't. I just can't." Like I had to get off the internet because it was just like um it was just going down the stupid boulevard,
Yeah, yeah,
and it forms a question, and we briefly touched on that, not in our preview or something like that, more in what you and I talked about afterwards. There's a question that lingers, is like, in today's climate, political or whatever, how people are, can there actually be a female led action movie or superhero movie that where people are not just gonna bash it for the heck of it? Um,
That's a
I,
great point. Yeah. Yeah. I
I
mean,
it,
how are you
yeah,
going to do Supergirl then? Like I want to ask these like, these bros, these like uh comic book bros.
yeah,
Cuz I saw three white dudes, old guys going on live today. Um None of them had seen it. They were just kind of like talking about it based off all the stuff they were seeing on the internet, right? So it's like they hadn't watched the movie, but they were assuming it was a big failure and they were bashing the movie, and they hadn't even seen it.
yeah,
And it was bad optics. These three old white guys bashing a girl movie, like a
yeah,
Supergirl, yeah, like a movie their daughters might like, right? And they're sitting there bashing it. And I was like, thinking to myself then, you didn't even watch it. At what point then would you have a Supergirl movie? What about a Supergirl if she was helping Superman out the whole time, like as a sidekick? Is that the way you would want to frame the movie and be acceptable?
yeah. I mean, being crass about it, like Superman saves the day and she irons the clothes and cooks the meal or something like that. I mean,
Right?
that's the manosphere, right? That's the manosphere, and it just baffles me. It's just like it's like we're regressing as a society. It's literally stupid. I mean, again, I don't know far back into what the what like the golden age was. There a golden age Supergirl, or did that
No,
only start in Silver Age? Okay,
we
so
just
Silver Age,
introduced the Silver Age.
in Silver Age, okay, but I can assume in the '60s still that um like even though as a hero and comic writers and creators and something like that, there were more of like these trailblazers that were thinking even then outside the box. But for certain things, like you had that good girl um creative around it, and kind of because it was still part of the time. I mean, you can be a little bit progressive, forward thinking, whatever, but you kind of still putting people in certain boxes because that's what the times were kind of at. And if people want to see that, I think
It's too antiquated. You
it's
can't
antiquated, yeah.
you can't
And
put
honestly, I wouldn't want to see that. I mean, I would still probably I would still go because I like the comic books, I like the comic things, but that's not the good girl. It's kind of like it's a little bit like you have that good girl, and then even though like you have these covers, they're like a little bit more sexualized today's times, which there's they're fine with that. um I'm fine with that. I'm not going to be a hypocrite about it. Like, they look great, but I do like she's a superhero. She has superpowers, right? I mean, she's going to go and kick ass, and that's awesome, you know
yeah. Yeah.
and so, yeah, I don't know what some people expect, and
Yeah.
if and I don't know if those expectations could ever be met.
Well, what's interesting is even the character they wrote, even though she's like this like girl and she's not as strong as Superman, she's written by a guy, written by a male writer, really written to kind of, um, she wasn't written to inspire girls. She was written to be the sort of the girl next door for all the little boys reading the comic book at the time, right?
Okay.
So she was like a character meant for boys to like, and um, she was immensely popular in the Silver Age. Like
Okay.
when she was introduced, she carried a lot of the weight for Action Comics, um, and so she just kept reoccurring, and becoming increasingly popular as sort of the cousin. But they also made her a very strong character in terms of like being a hero, right? Like
Mhm.
she would not be helping, but actually the hero in a situation where her cousin wasn't like available, so she'd save the day. And like it was she was a character that could carry her own weight and not rely on like her cousin, the
Mhm.
older mentor cousin. But yeah, that, and I told you that's that classical presentation of the character. But then flash forward to the modern Tom King version, which again, which is kind of what we get in this movie, right? Um, it is different, a little different. It's a cinematic version of the comic, Tom King's comic book, and without spoiling
Woman of
anything,
Tomorrow, right?
yeah, Woman of Tomorrow. Without spoiling anything, it's very different. Like
Okay.
she's her backstory and her character are not the classical presentation of the. It's a very sort of modern adult oriented story. It's messy.
Yeah.
It's messy, yeah. And
What
yeah,
one reviewer heard, they were talking about the comic book Woman of Tomorrow that it's based on, and I didn't go through the whole thing because I haven't read it myself, but he said that it failed at one of the core things that the comic was presenting, and
I
since I
disagree.
haven't read it, I don't know what that could be. Um, you've read it. Do you feel the same way?
No, no, it didn't
Okay.
fail. So it's not a straight adaptation of the comic book. So if he was wanting
Mhm.
more of the like the feel of the comic book in that sense, yeah, it failed. But the essence of the book, all the themes of the book, are in the movie. But the movie is its own medium, and you know, I would say like you can't separate the two. Yeah, it's a derivative of the comic book, but at the same time, it's its own
Yeah.
entertaining thing. Like you know, Lobo, right?
Hmm.
Lobo is in the movie. The visual elements, I would say, if you're
Was
going
he
to
in the
watch
comic?
this on streaming on your computer screen versus like an where how we watched it yesterday, like Superman was visually stunning on the big screen, right?
Hmm.
Like that's something you want to. It's a spectacle. You want to watch it. There are some big moments in Superman where you're like on the big screen. It just makes a bigger impact. This movie is more so meant for the big screen, um, because I feel like a lot of it is taking place on different worlds, right? It's taking place um, in the interstellar realm. So I hope that's not spoiling it. I mean, that's pretty,
No, I think you can get
yeah,
that for like I even knew that, and I turned off whenever I saw a trailer,
right,
right?
right.
Um, it was actually one of the things that I enjoyed most because it opens up the the universe for the characters. From the comics that Superman, especially with the Justice Leagues and everything, they're like all over the place, right? Especially when they join with the lanterns and all that kind of stuff. But um the previous movies, it was always earthbound, right? So um yeah, I like that aspect because it opens it up to make it look much much bigger than it has ever been before, and
Yeah,
and
yeah,
that was one of the key elements I really liked.
yeah. The boundaries of this universe are endless because, again, the way it's presented, right? they're not just hopping from like a moon or something. It's like interstellar, and it's definitely exciting because, like you said, we just don't, I mean, they could bring anything into the fray from
Mhm.
DCU, and that just that possibility is pretty cool. Like it's different from the Snyder verse. You
Yeah.
know, it's very different from the Snyder verse, and um, I just like the overall direction of how Gunn is building out, because you and I, while watching this movie, we also saw the trailer for Clayface,
Yeah.
and this is another standalone kind of chapter in the Gunverse, and we're not talking about that enough, but that is completely different in tone than this movie, and it has like the horror elements, and I'm
I
just
was about to
curious.
say it
Yeah,
it felt like even in the short trailer they showed, they had more of a horror element than a
yeah,
superhero movie or something like that, or anti-hero. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. And I'm
Yeah.
very curious to see how that translates, because it's focusing on a villain. It's again very very it's kind of freaky. It was kind of freaky watching the trailer. Like it was just it didn't set well with me, and I was kind of like, do I really want to watch this? Because I'm not a big horror genre type
Yeah.
person. Um, but part of me wants to see what, just that other layer of the DCU that they're presenting. It's not a consistent thing. It's like little
Yeah.
things for everybody in this universe, and that's what I like about it.
I think ever since the Joaquin Phoenix Joker, they feel like they can take liberties like that, right? Presented differently, but it's still because I've seen it on James Gunn. He's at part of the producer, so it's in the same realm. So whatever might happen, Clayface can definitely join the fight, either with Batman or whoever. So there's still that option there, and which is great.
Yeah.
It just grows that universe.
So you didn't watch like the trailers for Supergirl. I mean, you really kind of like tried to
Yeah.
know as little going in, whereas I'm the opposite. I literally watched every like little cut scene and whatnot that they were showing outside of like interviews with the cast. I didn't watch the interviews of the cast because I just could care less about stuff like that because they're
Yeah.
promoting the movie, right? But what were so I know you liked the film, but what specifically did you uh what kind of surprised you? What disappointed you? What were the specifics, like what hit with you and what missed with you?
Um. Okay. I liked the different take on Supergirl. I mean, I knew that going in. Hey, Ron.
Ron.
No.
Oh, he's got to
No.
show off his cup though. Get Jack
Yeah.
the
No, we don't have popcorn, but we do have soda. Um. I got me my little Supergirl cup here. The little foreskin
Yeah, it's
looking cup.
sucking on that all night.
Yeah. Didn't have to put it that way. But yeah, as like before we say, one of the that has nothing to do with the movie, but Otaku and I wanted to go to AMC because we wanted that giveaway of the comic book, but the theater that we picked didn't have them.
Didn't have it.
And I
Yeah.
asked the guy after they scanned our code, and they're like, "We don't have anything. We have like a Jackass poster." And I'm like, I was about to call him that, but
Yeah. It was disappointing.
Yeah, it was disappointing.
We
I
got to
did
write a
email.
letter to AMC and be like, "Come on,
I
get your
did.
franchisees in order here."
I emailed them
Oh, you
with
did?
the with the attachment of our ticket. I'm like,
Oh,
hey,
nice. Okay, let's see what they say.
I picked AMC because we also wanted to get the comic book. We went here. Here's our ticket stop, and they had no clue what I was talking about. So that was very disappointing. And is there still something? Is there still a possibility that we can get it? I don't really expect anything to come from it, right? Because I mean, I really don't.
Yeah,
I don't think they're gonna do anything for us, right?
no.
Um, yeah, we've
Maybe
been
they ran out.
hoodwinked.
Maybe they got damaged or something. Like they came in the theater, they all got damaged, and they had to like fold the whole promotion.
There's a guy in the back just scanning it to put it on eBay. He's like, "Oh, there's $20. There's $20."
No,
You
there
know how it
was
goes.
somebody with like 15 copies. I'm like, how do you get 15 copies? And the rest of us don't get any. I'm like,
Yeah,
something's going on here, man.
I saw one guy. He
Anyway,
had 5 or 6, and he's like, he went with a group of people, and he was like, "You guys want that? No, you don't want it? Okay, I got it, right?" So,
good for him.
yeah.
I would do the same thing. Hey, do you want your comic?
Anybody in this room doesn't want a comic, I'll take him.
Like,
I would
get
even
up and
hand
be
out.
like, comics
Yeah.
right here. Put your comics here.
I was looking for it. Actually, I was like tempted to buy one, but I'm actually, the thing that would worry me is if somebody that is not a collector, if they like just literally just put it in a bubble wrapper, um, I'm not gonna pay for that. So I don't know. So I kind of um Ron, sorry, the comic book was only Thursday, Friday, so you might have to ask them if they have any leftovers. But don't worry about the comic book. The movie is still a good one. It's good
Yeah,
to
still go
see.
watch the
You
movie.
should
It's
you
yeah.
still go. Yeah. Um, what was I was gonna say? Yeah, I might get it. I might not. But there is the first print of that story is actually like the value is a little bit higher. And I was thinking like if I get something, I might just go for that eventually. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'll see if there's locally anybody that wants to sell it, and I might
I saw on CGC a
pick it up.
9.9 graded CGC. CGC is actually promoting that. CGC has a 9.9 that they were like, Supergirl's out, and like showing off, which is kind of cool. But yeah,
Of which one?
The Woman of Tomorrow,
The original first print,
the
or
original first print, yeah,
mm,
which was kind of
yeah,
cool. The 9.9 that comes in like a gold lettering. I don't know
yeah,
why they would. I guess because it's rare, but that was cool. Yeah. So yeah, back to what did you love about it? What did you hate about it?
yeah. So love about it. So the different take on it. The more edgier version of Supergirl. Um, the different, little bit different backstory, which brought in the trauma. You know,
Hmm.
um, explaining her character a little bit differently. I like that.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
Um, yeah, I like the expansion of the universe. That it's like it just got so much bigger. And I really like that. I thought Lobo was great. I think he really hit the mark. Um, what didn't I? I don't know what the dislikes were. I I was pretty entertained the whole time. There was a couple of things in the, they're doing the backstory as flashbacks, and at times that kind of slowed the flow a little bit, I would say. Um, that was yeah, that was like less favorable, but I wouldn't mark a movie down for that. Like my biggest gripe was the and again, it's more of a public service announcement. If you're gonna go watch the movie, when the credits start, just go. There isn't anything after the credits like in most superhero movies. There is no little spoiler, not spoiler, little teaser or anything like that. No joke, no blooper, no nothing. So once the credits starts rolling, go. That was actually literally the biggest letdown for me, because it's that whatever the 10 minutes that they roll the credits, that's when the anticipation builds up, and then there was no payoff. That
There
was
was,
literally the worst part
we
of
sat there
it.
going like, wait, they're actually not going to show it.
And I even said to Otaku, there's no way they're not going to show anything. That's like, I don't know, ever since for the past 20 years, they've been doing that to every movie. Sometimes they have even two little teasers in there.
Yeah, yeah,
And then there's nothing.
yeah, yeah.
So
We
that
were
I
the
would
only ones
say
waiting too. It was like our whole row was waiting,
our entire row was
and then the
waiting. Yeah.
projector stopped and the lights came on, and they're like, "Wait, they
Like,
actually didn't show anything."
is he? Yeah, and they were like, is he messing with us? Is he
Everybody's
putting it
confused.
back on
Yeah.
or something? Yeah. So, oh, my pup, he went from the couch. He's on the floor. It's
He's out.
still a little warm here. Let me see. It's
Oh,
right there.
oh my goodness, he's adorable.
It's a little cooler down there. He already destroyed my couch. Um, yeah. Um, so what about you? What is your takeaway? Like likes and dislikes.
I agreed. Not that I thought the pacing was bad, but there were toward the there toward the end there. Um, I just felt like they kind of needlessly drew out some of the stuff, you know, which is fine. And for me, the action, what like I knew I wasn't going in thinking, oh, man, I hope this has a lot of action, and I hope this, like I didn't pin my hopes on that. I didn't pin my hopes on like the fighting choreography or the special effects or any of that stuff. And but they were great. They were great. But yeah, there was a little bit of a there were points in the film where you're kind of like, it did feel like it was like kind of not the poignant moments. The poignant moments were good. Like I'm glad the pacing slowed down for those like relationship building type uh, moments in the film. That pacing was okay, but like they would build tension in a scene, and then like some action would happen, and then they would build another tension, and they were like successive like action tension buildings, and that kind of just got, it's not like a break for me, like a true like, oh, I hate this, but it did feel like, oh man, like I don't know, it just felt, it was like hard to some like kind of sit through it at times.
Ron is asking if you mean disjointed.
Disjointed. No, not that it's disjointed. It's more like you're expecting, okay, let's wrap it up here, right? And then they drag it out, and like they wouldn't wrap it up. Like it's just like they kept dragging it out. I think you know what I'm referring to, right? Like,
Mm-hmm.
um, and in that instance, it's kind of like, yeah, it was kind of needless. I was about to say like 20 minutes of the movie they could have just like edited and like made it a little cleaner. That's just me, but it didn't detract from the movie. Let's just put it like, it wasn't one of those like uh make or break type things for me. It was just that if I was to nitpick, that's the thing I would.
Yeah.
Um, Also, the soundtrack, not that it was terrible, but I felt like the soundtrack didn't have any like, it didn't have like the impact that the Superman soundtrack did. The Superman soundtrack, like in certain moments, you're just like, you know, like I was kind of
Yeah.
hoping for that impact from this soundtrack. I mean, there's a couple with the modern songs where it's like it works, like it gets you kind of like into it, but the actual layered soundtrack, it wasn't all that great.
When the final fight scene was, the sound, the song that they picked, I thought was an odd choice, but it kind of worked. You know, it really kind of worked. Yeah,
Hmm.
Teddy, you're making too much noise, um, but oh, I wanted to ask you something again. You're the Superman library. Um, this is not just unique to Supergirl, also to the Superman movie. So the Kryptonians knew that that if you go to Earth, you're gonna have superpowers, which I feel from the older movies, like the Christopher Reeves, it was, or even like, I don't know about Smallville, but some of the, it was more of like, oh holy crap, I feel different on this planet, right? It was more like like something they didn't know. They just kind of like they shot him out into space to get him to
Oh no, the
safety.
Christopher Reeve movie they knew too.
They knew too. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah,
I thought that for most other movies or other storylines, it was always kind of like a bonus point of like him not getting
yeah,
destroyed.
yeah.
Um, yeah, but you could tell in the Superman movie and the Supergirl movie that the elders or whatever were aware that once you're under a yellow sun or whatever, you're gonna have superpowers.
Yeah.
Um, Ron asking, how did the Kryptonians know that? Good question.
Okay, so it's interesting because the Kryptonians actually are descendants of Earth, meaning, um, or I should say, Earth people are descendants of the Kryptonians, right? Um, Krypton is an advanced. They're humans they're like we're like descendants,
Hmm.
um, but they're advanced, and they for whatever reasons like started off on their planet and basically like humans eventually kind of like the Kryptonians eventually kind of made their way, and it's not well explained, but Earth is like we're Earth people are descendants of this human line.
Okay.
So it I don't know where Krypton lies in that human line, but it's like along this path of like planets, there are Earth, or sorry, I should keep like humans, right? Like Homo sapien type people that have evolved on different planets. And so Krypton is so advanced, they know of the different like human populations in the galaxy, and they know Earth is way behind, so they don't really touch or like bother with Earthlings. But they also know like, hey, if a Kryptonian goes to a yellow sun, because they have, um, like it's interesting. Like it's not like interstellar travel is like they have it, but they're not doing it. So it kind of begs, like Ron asked a very good question. How do they know? I guess it's just through like the science and technology they've built up through the years. And it's one of those like physiological things that is in their Kryptonian manual, I guess. But yeah, I mean, there's no real clear explanation as to how Earth and Krypton are, what the exact descendant relationship is, but it's there. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Um,
Humanoid. Yeah. Like the human, like, yeah, humans. human-esque characters.
You will claim we're doing a claim sale with you, Teddy. Nah, I don't think this old guy doesn't want to go anywhere. That grumpy old man. There's two grumpy old men in this
Put a
studio.
cape on and then fly him around the room.
Yeah. Okay. So one of the biggest things we've seen like on the feedbacks, Millie Alcock as Supergirl. So I mean, besides the movie, let's talk about her and in the role.
Let's talk about her, and let's also talk about this cast, because I've been here. I think that's one of the major things that I'm hearing, and everybody has like a different take on the thoughts on like various characters and what works and what doesn't. For me, I don't think there wasn't anything, one performance that stood out as like awful. It was a very good ensemble cast. But yeah, I think Millie Alcock really carries the movie, and her performance should get more recognition for its like just emotional weight.
Yeah,
she brings a lot of like, you believe her, like you really buy into her character. I don't think there was one moment in that movie where she wasn't Supergirl. It was like, or where you thought like, oh, she's Millie Alcock, right? Like, this is Millie Alcock playing some character. No, like she played the character, and in every scene it was just consistent. So what really well done on her part, I think. What are your thoughts?
I think she's great. I think she's great in the role. I really hope this doesn't end here. I really hope it continues. I don't I don't get the backlash or the complaining about it. You know, it's yeah. Like I mean, like we said earlier, I mean, there's always going to be like a lot of sexism or something like, you know, about this, especially how we compare, you know, male actors to female actors, right?
Mm-hmm.
When you see like some of the interviews, like with when Anne Hathaway was Batgirl or Black Widow, right? I mean, you have these things like you know, asking them about their underwear under the tight suits and stuff like that. I mean, that's the kind of situation what they have to deal with. Not like, oh, how do you get into character? How do you do that? Right? No, how do you get in shape? How do you, you know, how do you wear this tight outfit? You know, kind of focusing too much on the wrong things.
Too much focus on like looks and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. And with her, I mean, she is a very attractive woman. I don't get that hate either. I think she played it great. Like we said, like I think called the character like a party girl, like how she's kind of was introduced in Superman in the cameo. I think she had that down, and like dealing with what made her that way or the way she comes along. I think she played it perfectly. So
yeah.
And it's not, I mean, that's the kind of thing like also for some of these fan casting is sometimes the to have somebody in mind, right? Like, because like from the video games, like, I mean, I played like The Last of Us forever, and then the series came along, and then there's a huge backlash over who is that character and stuff like that.
You can't
Looks
please
a
everyone.
lot.
Yeah.
Well, it's not only that. Like, I mean, when it comes to like the movies, like, you can't just have somebody that just looks the part. You also That person also has to be able to act, right? Because just putting a pretty face in front of the camera just doesn't sell a movie.
Yeah.
Doesn't pull it together.
Yeah.
And I think she's the whole package, like, because
Yeah.
she um
Let me ask you this: would Sydney Sweeney have pulled off this script?
no, no,
No, right?
I don't.
No.
That would be a that would be something completely different.
Yeah.
And I don't think that's.
It would have ruined the movie. Her casting would have ruined this movie. It would have ruined the script. It would, like, just putting Sydney Sweeney in place of. I don't think she would have carried any of those scenes.
No, no.
No,
Yeah, I
no,
don't think she could have
yeah,
either. Not that she's. I mean, with all the back and forth. I mean, I'm not saying she can't act or anything like that, but I don't think she would be the right fit
no,
from A to Z. So yeah, seeing with the direction that they were taking with the movie, I think
yeah.
she's a great fit. Um, yeah,
And Sydney Sweeney is top heavy. Okay,
yeah.
top heavy. So a lot of those action scenes wouldn't have worked either. I'm
Mhm.
just saying, like, you need someone nimble, someone agile, even in the flight stuff. And like Sydney Sweeney with her bust
Yeah.
would have. I mean, I get that the bros would have loved it. The bros would love it, right? The bros would be like, "Oh yeah," like,
Yeah.
but it would have changed the whole tenor of the movie had she been cast. And so I'm thinking it's a perfect casting with Millie Alcock because, again, you and I, like, there wasn't a moment in this movie where we thought, man, Millie Alcock, what is she? Like, this is just totally unbelievable. Like, I'm not buying this character. No, it was like right from the get go. It was like we were getting this character, and we were following along with her, and not at one point did we lose that engagement. Right? It was pretty remarkable to watch that. That's how I felt about David Cornsweet when I was watching Superman,
Hmm.
and he carried that movie, and that had the success, and that was kind of my concern with this role. Like, oh, is she really going to be that good? And she was better. Yeah, she was
Yeah.
better than that.
And like we also said before, the comparison to, like, let's say the DC Supergirl TV show, right? Melissa Benoit. I think that's how it's pronounced. I mean, if it's pronounced differently, please correct me. Um, I'm just gonna say it that way, Benoit. Um,
And
she,
we
I mean,
love that Supergirl too. We love
yeah,
that Supergirl. Yeah,
she looked amazing for the role, but it was also a different Supergirl. It was a different
different.
Supergirl story, and yeah, and that's kind of like where everyone has like their space of how the story is told, right? And she's also a capable actress, and I think she could have she can act and probably make herself different and stuff like that. Um but for this role, I think they got the casting right. I mean, I really like her. I like Millie Alcock in that role. I
Yeah,
think she got it down.
yeah, yeah. I think if you're saying otherwise, then that's it's just an opinion thing, I guess. And it comes down to that. Like, if you didn't like her in the role, if you thought if you had different expectations for the look and feel of a character going into it, that's valid. I mean, I've had that many a
Yeah.
time, but I think with what this script called for. Like, if we're just looking at the script, right?
Mhm.
Um, and who could pull it off and give a really uh, not an Oscar caliber performance, but like a something that would engage audiences. It definitely worked. It worked. She was fabulous. Yeah. What about Jason Momoa? Your thoughts on him?
I think he stole the show. Not like in that everything paled in comparison. Um, the part is not huge, but you could tell he's there, and it made it fun. It made it cool. Um, I yeah, I think he
Yeah.
makes an awesome Lobo.
Yeah.
Uh, like I was telling you, like one of the interviewers asked Millie Alcock is like, okay, so was he playing Lobo or was Jason Momoa just being himself, right? And I could kind of see that a little bit. But no, he gave him a cool more raspy voice, you know, to the appearance of Lobo. Like, I mean, I know he's a tall guy, but I think they also made him even look taller than that, you know. And yeah, I thought it was. I thought he was cool.
Yeah. It's interesting because I went in not really, for me, I was like, it's cool that Lobo's going to be in this movie, but like for me, I was just like, didn't have high expectations for the character. And I really expected just to see Jason Momoa doing a voice, like it's him just doing a voice and like smoking a cigar and all that. Um, but no, there was a lot of depth to that character. Yeah, even though, it's like he's there kind of as like for like comic relief, and there were a couple of laugh out loud moments
Mm-hmm.
with him. Um, but yeah, it's like you could see um, there was more to the character, and you did want to kind of get his backstory at some point, right? Like you're kind of like, oh, I do want to see more of Lobo. So I came out of it like really kind of surprised, like, wow, that was better than I thought.
Yeah,
And that's one consistent thing I've been seeing in the reviews. Everybody is loving Momoa. I haven't heard one bad thing about Lobo.
yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I
same.
mean,
I
yeah,
I don't know if the character, like, I don't know enough about the character Lobo from the comics. If he could carry its own his own movie, like if you have a standalone Lobo movie. Not sure if that's
I think
in
that's
the.
in the cards now. I really
Do you
think
think
that's in
so?
the
Yeah,
cards. Yeah, yeah.
yeah. I think something else needs to be there. Kind of like the you know how they did that 6-part TV show with um, the Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I think it
Uh-huh.
needs to be something like that, not a pure Lobo,
Yeah, like
like
a straight
him.
made for HBO type thing, right? Like a
Yeah, or
yeah,
with another character, kind of like to break
yeah.
it up a little bit. But it would be
Like
cool.
the
Yeah,
Punisher thing. They made that like the Punisher was like they did a two up like a 90
one
minute
la-
thing or something, right?
one last kill or something like
One
that,
last
right?
kill. It was kind
Yeah,
of
I
like
still
a
have to watch that.
movie, but
Yeah,
not really.
yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah, that'd be definitely cool. In terms, yeah, everybody liked him. The biggest thing that I kind of heard about feedback or negative feedback is was the antagonist, the bad guy. That
Creme of the Yellow Hills.
yeah, like that the whole that whole setup was very Mad Max like, right? And that people were talking about, oh, it's very unoriginal or something like that. But the thing is, like, I I think it's intentional. I think the bad guy had to be forgettable because it wasn't really about him, right? If you see Batman and the Joker, like there's two big heavyweights. It's like you want to know about the Joker, you want to see Batman, you want to see them both, right? You want to see both what they're doing. Um, it's just bigger, and in this movie, it was about purely about Supergirl and her character and her past and her like coming into the character and stuff like that. And if you have like a big villain that everybody is like focusing on or something like that, it would have detracted from that, I think.
Yeah.
And so I think it's intentional that he's a bit forgettable as a villain. Um, yeah, if it had to be like Mad Max style or not, like I don't care, you know.
Yeah.
Like
I think they
I
could have
don't
made him a little bit more like, I guess, a little
monster
bit
like.
more hateable. But he was
Yeah,
pretty hateable. What he was doing with, like the without giving too much away, what he and his little gang of people were doing um, was pretty despicable, right?
yeah.
So, um, did you think the movie was woke though? I mean, obviously, we don't believe in woke, right? You and I don't subscribe to
I
something being woke, but you know
yeah.
what I mean? Like, did you feel like this would polarize people, or, I mean, would it be kind of a universal response, or it is from social media, it is very polarizing right now. And the funny thing is, the people are getting mad haven't even really watched the film yet, so I don't understand what they're getting mad about. It's like they're getting mad about the
Like
social media posts that they're seeing.
yeah. It's like yeah, actually I like Ron what Ron is saying here. Whenever I hear people say like it's too woke, you know, I want to tell them to go back to sleep, right? Um, so yeah, he's right on the money there. I saw this actually. Somebody said like, "Oh, I'm not gonna see it like with woke Jason Momoa. I'm not gonna see that or something like that." I was
Woke
like, "Where did
Jason
that?"
Momoa.
I was like, "What kind of comic? What kind of comment is that?" That's what I mean. Like, if the negative stuff that I've seen, if somebody really has like some substance or something like that, then you know, I listen to it. But the comments that I've seen, they were just negative for the sake of being negative. And like I don't like this whole wokeness. Like, um, yeah, there's still aliens. You know, I mean, Superman is an alien. Supergirl is an alien. They
Yeah,
were on alien planets.
yeah.
I don't know where the wokeness is. Like, I really
I think
don't.
it really
I
comes down to, if you do you are you on team evil or team good? So if you're on team evil, yeah, this movie's not for you. It's gonna make you angry because team evil loses.
yeah,
But
I don't know. I don't know. It's like
it's like, it's so dumb. It's like, what are you railing at? Like, oh, it's so woke, man. They got a girl playing a lead character. Is
it's
that the
like
woke part?
she's in her space in her spaceship doing van life. I don't know. It's
Crypto's too woke, man. That dog, he's
yeah, yeah,
sending out to leftist vibes or something. I don't know. What I don't, it's too animal humane or something. I don't know.
yeah.
It's
Not enough animals were harmed in
ridiculous.
this movie.
Right, right. Um, so okay, I'm glad we established it's not woke.
Hi,
Um,
hi, Derpy. Welcome to
what's up, Derpy? Yeah,
yeah. Oh, here he said it's okay for what it is. Yeah, I mean, overall, like we're I liked it. I don't know where the whole wokeness come in, and like I made that argument like early on in when we started. It's like if you have a strong female character, right? I mean, and doesn't need a man to fight her battles. Is that where is that what they wanted? Did they want Superman to swoop in and say like, "Hey, girl, you can't do this. I just uh, um, why don't you sit down? I'll handle this," or something like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's the whole, especially when the term wokeness gets thrown around, you right away think about that whole manosphere, the red pilling, and whatever is going on. Um, it's just
Do
it's
you?
just crazy.
So right now, there's people are kind of writing off the movie as a failure for Warner Brothers. They're saying, based on the Thursday box office, which is just one day, really, it's just the first day. But should it continue to generate at that opening figure, um, it it will have been it would have missed the mark. And I guess my question to you is, with all this, it almost seems like there's this, I call it the Disney cabal, because I really think like Disney's behind a lot of the anti-marketing toward, and DC. I don't know if DC has an anti-Marvel campaign. I doubt it. I doubt they waste their marketing dollars on bashing Marvel, but it does work in Disney's favor to not see DC take off, right? Because it preserves the movie going dollars for their, and they've actually been. I know they pit Fantastic Four and Superman last year against each other, and they lost big time. Um, it'll be interesting. They've put Spider-Man right behind. You know what I mean? It's a later release. I think that was intentional because they didn't want it competing with Supergirl for this round. But for whatever reasons, there's a lot of negativity around the movie right now, and there's all these headlines. Oh, it's going to be a colossal failure for Warner Brothers. Toy Stories, which is another Disney uh, flick, that Toy Story is getting all the box office in its second week and all this. And it is a formidable foe. I mean, Toy Story, I mean,
Yeah,
come on, it's like 30 years of Tom Hanks and Tim Allen. But do you think it will ultimately succeed or fail this summer?
it's it, it's hard to say. I wanted to succeed. Yesterday, we've seen too many empty seats, which is worrisome, if we're being honest. But I did hear that some of the, it's a Thursday. It's not everybody's time to go to the movies. So I have hope for this. Is Toy Story going to do better? Of course it is. It's a family movie, and it's definitely gonna it's definitely gonna outperform it. And I don't think that they're even competing with each other.
Yeah.
It's a no contest. It's not a If I have little children, I'm not taking them to go see Supergirl, and I don't think that's the intention.
It's not a kids movie.
Um, I think it can be saved. This whole negativity is definitely hurting it, because there's people like, oh, if it's gonna be crap, why do I go see it? Right? People that buy into the whole negativity. But I do think that the um, the streaming, if the streaming counts, it can save it. It definitely can. And
Yeah.
I think actually DC, if this expands, DC needs a streaming platform partner. I don't know if that's Netflix or whatever, um, similar
HBO.
to
It'll be
yeah,
HBO. Yeah.
yeah. Hopefully not Paramount. That jackass doesn't need any more
Well,
good stuff.
Paramount
Um,
just they just bought out Warner Brothers, so
uh,
at the end of the day it will be Paramount as long as the merger gets approved. But it's sort of a
yeah.
work in progress right now.
Well, let's leave the politics outside. Like, I mean, as long as they have their own space where they can show their movies, that'll be a good thing. Um, I think streaming will save this, and it will because it will be something where people that were on the fence of watching it or not
Hmm.
do it. Will see it. It's kind of like we talked about Masters of the Universe. It had a good uh, had good feedback from all the fans and stuff like that, but financially is not doing too well.
Yeah,
And I don't think this will be a financial success. No, but I hope it does
well,
well enough
it
to
remains to
continue.
be seen. But right at that, from the get go, no. Yeah, from the get
Yeah,
go,
from
no.
the get go, no. Yeah, I think it can still. I think it can still bounce back, and I think with a lot of these movies, and it's several things right now. I mean, going to the movies these days is really expensive, right? Um, Ticket is what 18. What do we pay? $18 or something like that for a
$18. Yeah,
ticket, plus
that's not
extras.
cheap.
It's not cheap, especially if you take like more than one person. I mean, Stupid Cup was what $25, right? And we ate beforehand, so we didn't have to buy like the expensive popcorn and all that other stuff. But it's a whole affair, right?
Yeah,
And um, so it's definitely expensive going to the movies. So that's why I think they're kind of counting on the fact that in general people rather stay at home, they rent it and stuff like that. So we've done it in the COVID times too. Like you can on Apple TV, you can kind of rent a movie um, ahead of its full release on
yeah,
digital. Um, so so you pay like $20 or whatever for the rental, and then it um, I think a lot of people will do that, and I think it's gonna. I think that's where movies like this or Masters of the Universe will make up their money, and I hope they continue. I think it's a really good movie. I think it deserves to. The story needs to continue. Wherever they're building this up to, if it's a new Justice League, a whatever, wherever they're building this, it needs to continue. And yeah, I
yeah.
hope it does.
No, I absolutely agree with you. I think um, the people that are going to love this movie are the are the people who are going to stay home and watch it on their computer anyway, right? Are the kind of the introverted people who got maybe people who felt different, right? People who felt different. Maybe they're not the most social crowd. Um, and for whatever reasons, like there's a group of people who like they'll watch everything that's you know on the computer screen or like DVD. That's something they can watch at home versus like yeah, like you said, spending the bigger money to watch it in the theaters when it comes out, which is a shame because I think this movie is meant for that crowd, and I hope that
Mhm.
crowd really shows up and has a good time at the movies because I feel like this is for a lot of the nerds, just the nerds out there that love comic books, that love this kind of geek culture. It's not really meant for like the popular kids at your high school that, like they're not going to enjoy this movie, unfortunately. It's
But
for
but
the
is
geeks.
isn't that group shrinking in general, not just for Supergirl or whatever? That group, because of the cost and where we are, that that lesser people are going to the movies, that they are waiting for it to stream, and I'm
Yeah,
part of it. I mean, I honestly couldn't tell you
me
the last
too.
movie that I actually watched in theaters, right? Um, which is a bummer. It's a nice experience, like but it's not cheap, and
It's not. Yeah,
you really pick your, I want to say pick your battles, but you really want to pick the movies that you know, you don't want to have a crappy experience, right? You don't want to
yeah,
spend all that money and then go in there and be like, ugh,
yeah,
right? Um, but yeah,
yeah.
I
I
think what
don't admit what I we saw a little bit of it yesterday. Like a bunch of uh, guys just kind of hanging out like us watched it. They seem to have enjoyed it. And then there was that uh, young younger woman demographic that was there, kind of enjoying it. Like, and again, the
mhm,
geek, the comic nerd. Um,
semi cosplaying as
so, yeah,
Supergirl.
yeah, right. They were
Yeah,
having fun with it, and um, again, if enough of those people decide, and maybe social media, maybe just waiting and seeing like people's reviews or reactions. If someone's watching this and think, oh wow, they like the movie, maybe I should go and watch it, because it, there is a difference between watching it on your computer screen and missing all the um, cinematic details, and watching it on like an IMAX screen, right? And then having the the stereophonic experience of the movie, right? It's just a different feel, and you're gonna have a better experience watching it in the theater. And that's not to say that every film is like that. Like, it really is for these like CGI based, like fantasy kind of like like visual spectacles, right? Like seeing things in outer space and all that. Um, and it's unfortunate, like, because you, for whatever reason, think it's going to be bad, that you would just be like, I'll just watch it when it comes out on, like, you're depriving yourself of a great experience based off of, unfortunately, it's a lot of this chatter out there is just like unwarranted.
yeah,
Unwarranted.
yeah,
um
absolutely.
yeah,
Yeah, and we talked about it. I mean, the whole, you know, attacking her, how she looks and stuff like that. And it's funny enough that Derpy was just saying something about that some other channel was talking about also using Sydney Sweeney as an example, and you made the same example. Um, yeah, yeah, I think that's the thing that kind of just bugs me about this whole thing is that um, the whole negativity around it is like possibly keeping people that listen to that from seeing a movie that they otherwise would enjoy.
yeah, yeah,
That is what bugs me about it. I mean, everybody has, you know, it's a free country. Everybody has a right to their opinion, um, and can voice them however they feel like it. It's just like a lot of the hate is just so unjustified, and yeah, that just bugged me, and I couldn't really, like, I couldn't go through some of the reviews today. I just had to turn it off. I just thought it was,
yeah,
um,
yeah,
if you don't have a real point, then it's just like you just, you know, rage baiting, clickbaiting people, and
yeah,
I just, that's not for me. But I hope, let's hope that that it was a good enough movie that I hope it's not the end for this character, that it
it won't be.
continues.
So it's not going to be the end. It's,
Okay.
first off, guns committed. um Millie Alcock will be in the next Superman movie, and she's going to play a big role in it. So it's not the end. And I don't, and I agree with you. I think it's going to kill in streaming. It might not have the box office people are expecting, but when it hits streaming, it's gonna definitely get a lot of people are gonna watch it eventually. And also, it does world build, meaning like some of the when Zack Snyder was trying to world build for Justice League, it failed. Like the building, the building actually, like the blocks weren't coherent and
because
stable.
it felt
This,
rushed. It
yeah,
felt
yeah.
rushed.
This, I mean, it's a great building block, right?
Yeah.
It's a great. I mean, it totally builds up on the Superman movie, but in the most fantastic way, because it's not like, it's its own thing. It's a new character, a new set of characters. It's a very different tone and story. So it's like almost like a separate, it's like a separate movie in and of itself. And like you and I said earlier, you said it was an 8.5 versus a Superman 8. I also had Superman at an 8.5. I think this is, I won't say it's better, but there are aspects of it that make it way better than Superman.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like, I would give it an 8.5 as well. And in terms of entertainment value, yeah, it's got everything that Superman had, probably more from the, like, they're both great, but this one just felt it hit a little harder emotionally for me, and than the first one. And I think it was intentional that this one did so, because of
Yeah.
who Kara is, right? Like her backstory. So yeah, it was fantastic. I really, if people are watching this and they whether that you disagree or agree, um, ultimately, I think there's enough chatter out there to where people want to at least watch it and then figure out for themselves, maybe if it's
Yeah.
something they agree or disagree with. But yeah, uh, don't take things at face value with what you hear on the internet. This is we're going to say again, this is a movie worth watching. Whether you love it or hate it, that's one thing, but um, I think you will find entertainment value out of it at the end of the day.
Yeah, I
Not
think so
maybe
too.
not like love it, but you'll just be like, that wasn't too bad. It's not a bad movie. It's not a bad movie at all.
No, it's a good movie. I mean, it's is it the greatest superhero movie of all times? No, but it's a good movie. It's entertaining. It's good action. It's great cinematography. Um, yeah, all in all, I would say go see it. You know,
Go see it. Yeah, that's the
yeah,
verdict.
fight those haters and just go see it.
Yeah, go see it before they like show the entire movie on social media. Like they're just releasing more and more like clips and like things. I'm just like, yeah, you can pretty much watch like half the movie on Reels now.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, and you're right, Ron. I mean, most people like and Otaku made that point last time. Like they're making all these reviews just based off the trailer,
they didn't even watch it.
and
They
they
didn't.
didn't even watch it, and they didn't. Whatever they're looking at, they're not really like trying to think about the background story or anything like that. So it's like a nothing burger, you know. So
Nothing burger.
it's
And if
yeah.
you're getting influenced by that, then you have your own problems.
Yeah.
If you're getting influenced by the nothing burgers, then that's a whole other thing.
So you want to yeah, our verdict is go see it. It's definitely worth it. But let's move on to some unboxing, right? You got something in the mail.
I did. So before we get to this item, I do want to kind of show off some stuff here. I don't know if you can share my screen there.
Yeah, kid friendly. Real quick. Ron, depending on how old they are, I don't know if they're little kids. I
It's
don't.
teen friendly, not kid friendly.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, exactly.
yeah. Um, yeah.
Wives and girlfriends.
So, are you able to? Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
So, I just want to show off a few things because this is kind of an addition to my collection. Um, and subconsciously, it's not like I was intentionally going after signed books by Jim Lee. I mean, I am. I want to pick up signed books, but um, it kind of over the course of my collecting, when I got back into it, I picked up a lot of sort of key Jim Lee signed books. And so what I mean is like I have like for example, I have all of Jim Lee's Uncanny X-Men books in my collection. And I also have some key ones signed, like for instance, so this is Jim Lee's first work on X-Men, Uncanny X-Men. I have two signed copies. This is my 90 signature one. I have one I got just a couple years ago. So modern signature and this one. This is a newsstand. That one's direct. I mean, it like, why do I have two signed copies? Right. That's what I see that the look on your face, Jens. You're like, why does he have two signed copies?
Well,
But
feels like you need to get rid of one.
I also have all the connecting covers of this #1 issue signed.
Oh,
So
nice. Yeah.
this is quadruple signed, and Jim's signature's right there. So I'll have these kind of key issues signed as well.
I still need a.
Um,
I still need a Claremont signature.
yeah. I also have a whole run of Wildcats with #1 signed here, and I got the things like the envelope, the
Right.
portfolio one signed. Um, I've also got like Batman Hush. I also have the second print signed. I also have the Superman 204 where he's standing on the top of the Metropolis building. That one signed. I got this Justice League signed as well right there. This is David Finch. I don't know why David Finch's signature on there, but David Finch and Jim Lee have signed this book on Justice League,
Nice.
the new 52 #1. So I have all these like cool little runs where like the first issue or something key in the issue in the run is signed. So with that being said,
Let's see what do you got.
first off, this was not a good packing job. Let's just put it out there. They just put the comic in a box with some like tissue paper. I just hope it's not damaged. We'll see. All right, let's see what we got working here. Well, they taped it at least. Well, we'll see.
That helps a lot, though. I know from at least if it's taped down, that
Yeah,
helps it
it's not moving
as long as
around.
it doesn't bounce around in there.
Yeah. And then they do have it like in between some bags and boards and all that. So yeah, this is a comic book guy. Obviously, it's not terrible. I was worried it was moving around in there, but he had it taped down. He had some padding on top, so looks like in terms of damage, I don't think there's going to be any, so that's good. There is a little bit of tape here that, again, I always have this issue in unboxing videos. Just got to deal with tape. So give me just a moment here. I'll get the tape off.
I watched something else before the movie yesterday on Prime Video. I talked to you about it. Chris Claremont's X-Men on Prime Video, little short uh, documentary. Really worth watching. Makes me want to read and more. Makes me want to read more X-Men.
Yeah, did
Go
you have any
back and
more
read around.
stories that he shared about when he was working on the run? I know we talked a little bit about it, but anything else? Any other takeaways from that?
Yeah, talked a lot. Well, they had some interviews from Jim Shooter, how they two clashed a lot, um, how it felt when you like create some characters, or like how big of a deal it was about the whole the Dark Phoenix storyline and getting rid of a character and stuff like that. Yeah, it's a nice thing to watch. Ooh, what we got here? Batman and Robin #1. Nice.
Yes,
Another Jim Lee signature
and
for the collection.
just yes. And so this is kind of like I've been subconsciously picking these kinds because I have the run here, as you can see.
Hmm.
Issue 2, issue 3, 4, 5, 6, all great covers here. 7, 8, 9. This is the last one in the run.
Is that
and of course I have #1, but now I can like
yeah?
get rid of this one because it's not signed. And I can add
Is your #10? Is that the one with the cuss thingy?
No.
The recalled one.
No, it's not the recalled one. It's a regular. Sorry, the one without
Re-release.
the re-release.
It's still, I mean, it looks really cool, but like you said once before, I mean, if you put Jim Lee and Frank Miller together, you kind of expect lightning in a bottle, right? And
it didn't happen. Yeah,
it didn't happen.
What's really interesting about this is you would expect that this was the first series that really explored the origin of Batman and Robin's relationship. Like, how does Batman come to recruit Dick Grayson? Because in the Golden Age books, they touch upon it, right? But it's an orphan kind of situation, and then Batman kind of adopts him and makes him his ward, and then this kid is just following him along on these like crusades and whatnot, and it's a weird. It's just kind of it's kind of weird to have this little minor boy running around in like tights with with a grown man in a bat costume. Right? It's weird. So this was sort of the real first opportunity to bring that story and kind of reimagine it, right? But it was a colossal just, I mean, Frank Miller, this came out when Sin City the movie came out. The same year as Sin City coming out. So Frank Miller was an advisor on that movie because it was his comic book that they adapted for the film.
Yeah.
And really bad timing because that movie was a colossal hit, right? It's like his comic IP hit the movie theaters, and it was an incredible. I mean, we all remember Sin City. It was like the summer blockbuster, and a really uh, a great film, right? Who doesn't love Robbie Rodriguez's Sin City take? It was fantastic. He stayed so true to the comic book too, like like panel for panel almost. But yeah, with the success of that movie, Frank put this project on the back burner.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like he's like, oh man, like he's working with Jim Lee, and Jim Lee's like, hey Frank, you ready to put out the next book? And Frank was like, no, I'm doing my Sin City stuff. And this thing kept getting delayed. And Frank obviously was just kind of, uh, he wasn't doing it to the best of his ability, I don't think. And that impacts the quality. I mean, Jim Lee's holding his end of the bargain. The art in here is fantastic, but some of the framing, and I talk about it in a previous video, it's not the best executed book. The writing is really angry and kind of like shoddy. Batman is he's kind of a douchebag in this whole thing. Um, and so it just didn't work. But I got the number one side issue anyway. I had it is what it is. Yeah, the
Would
hype
still be
around
cool to
this,
get. Would still
yeah,
be cool to get also Frank Miller to sign on there.
oh, that would be fantastic. Yeah, and that's one thing. Yeah, we would definitely want. I've got a bunch of Frank Miller books I would want to get signed. Actually, I do love Frank Miller, but I felt like this was the beginning of the end for Frank Miller as a comic book writer, because everything he's put out subsequent to this has just been utter crap. Utter crap. Previous to this, some of the best stuff in comic books. And then after his fame and all that, I think he just got like, I don't know. Sometimes you just like become a success, and then you just kind of take things for granted, and you're not as devoted to your craft anymore. And that definitely, his last couple of comic books have just felt like he just didn't care. He just is doing it for a paycheck, and he could care less if people loved it or hated it. And it's unfortunate because I really do love Frank Miller, but I can't read his stuff anymore. It's he hasn't evolved as a writer. He's devolved as a writer. Anything.
I mean, if I wanted to get something signed, I think it would be definitely from the Daredevil era, or that Wolverine #1 from the limited series. Uh,
That's
I
another
think
great one. Yeah.
that would be, which was also Chris Claremont, right? Wasn't it Claremont and Frank Miller together?
Frank Miller artwork and Claremont story. Yeah.
Storyline, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that would be a great combo.
Yeah. Um, I would. Sin City stuff is good too. I mean, I think if you ask me what his bet, I mean, Daredevil, obviously, one of his early works that put him on the map. But if you ask me, like, of all the stuff I've read of Frank Miller, like, what's my favorite? Um, Daredevil is good because it's just there's so much of it. There's
Mhm.
there's a lot to enjoy there, and it is epic. And some of the characters, Elektra, Stick, Bullseye. I mean, these are just like iconic characters that he built. But Sin City, the world he builds there, and the artwork, that's his standalone everything book. It's like there's no one helping him on that book. It's like all him. And again, it's his best work in my opinion. And I don't own any of those books, but I would want to get at least like, one of the early issues in Sin City, first print signed by him. That would be cool.
Hmm.
Yeah. I bet they're
Uh,
available on eBay. I'm sure, because I'm sure a lot of people get that one signed too, the Sin City stuff. It's not worth a lot, but
okay.
that's a cool book.
No, I was just looking up because I remember also 300. That was him as well.
That was him as
Um,
well. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. That was actually before Sin City, right? His
1998.
300 movie was also a hit. So yeah,
Yeah,
he was having some of these like commercial success from his graphic novel stuff, and I just felt like that definitely played into like his motivation to do this book. I'm sure it was agreed upon. Hey, you're gonna headline you and Jim Lee. It's gonna sell a million copies, and everybody was hyped for this. I mean, when you put two of the biggest names in comic books, right? Frank Miller and Jim Lee. Frank Miller, probably the top in his top of the game as a comic book writer. Then you put Jim Lee top of his game as a comic book artist, and you put the two together, and you just think instant success, right? Instant like,
yeah,
and it ended up being far
and it
from that.
wasn't. Yeah, yep. No, a
All
good
right.
good
Well,
pickup. Good
yeah.
pickup.
What about you? You also picked up some stuff from Amazon. No, yeah, Amazon. Yeah, you got it set up yet?
Oh no, I got the blue lights, but I didn't get the cables yet.
Okay. Oh, you're
And
still
I
waiting
still,
on the. Okay.
yeah, which I think they come Monday or Tuesday, which is fine. But I have a bit. I got the box here. I got the silver foil tape. I got the rest of the things. I just need to actually sit down and actually do it and put the box together.
Okay.
And the lights I have, so I'm 95% done with it. I just need those cables and then I can get going with it. Everything else I do have already.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Um, I pressed one of your comics already.
Oh yeah.
Today it's in the press right now. Um,
For now.
question. So tomorrow,
Hang on.
I know
Let me
you have
just
to go to the airport, right? Is it tomorrow?
tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good point. Let me wait just a second here. Tomorrow. So as you know, my wife leaves for Japan on Sunday.
Oh, on Sunday. Sunday. Okay.
Yeah. It's funny because like uh I'm gonna miss my wife and my kid. Don't get me wrong.
Of course. Of course.
But I'm kind of looking forward to like them going to Japan and having just like my me alone time. It's and then that's the thing. Like as soon as they're gone, I'm just like missing them, right? But
Yeah.
leading up to it, it's like, oh, the day is here. It's like this Sunday. I'm gonna drive them to the airport. We're gonna say our goodbyes, and they'll be gone for 2 months. So yeah,
That's
I mean, this weekend, I think we've made some plans tomorrow to just be together
spent
as
the
a
day.
family one last time. Yeah, and
Yeah, for sure.
gonna grab some food. It's Leo's last day of the Japanese school, so gotta drop him off, pick him up, and we're gonna do probably some stuff. So tomorrow is gonna be difficult. Um, what are you gonna do?
Uh, don't know yet, to be honest.
Okay.
I might go out. I don't know. Um, yeah, not sure. I do wanted to stop by. In any case, like maybe on the way back, or maybe it will be my only stop. I'll stop at my local comic book shop. Wanted to see what they had. I still wanted to pick up that the Absolute Batman 21,
Oh
the one that
yeah,
came out the one that came last week. Yeah, I'm
the
gonna
Two-Face
continue
one.
picking. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna continue picking up the A covers, even though I didn't want to do like whole runs. But I guess I mean it's. I think that's my story. I think I need to. I was actually catching up on my Absolute Batman reading earlier,
Yeah,
and
collect the
I
whole
was
run while it's out. I mean, it seems
yeah.
like you like it. It's worth reading. It's worth collecting for sure. I mean, I think we are past the point of like, is this gonna, you know, it seems like uh, got it just got picked up by an anime studio, right? You want to talk more about that?
Yeah, I don't have the details, but yeah, they're making an animated series. So which also I saw that the Absolute Batman #1 shot up again. Um, I saw Swaggle House. I didn't watch it. I just saw that he made a video about it,
Yeah, I saw
and
that too.
I was going through my collector app, and I just saw that the value for my signed copy shot up as well again.
Nice.
Um, Not sure if that's true or not. I mean, because Key Collector and the prices on slabs are not always very accurate. But then I saw his thumbnail about the prices going up again. Yeah,
No,
it's
it's yeah. Again, it's got legs now,
mhm.
especially if it's really like a good project. You know what I mean? Like if it's something that they stream on HBO or something. Because I imagine it'd be stream on HBO if it's Absolute Batman, right? It's going to be part of the DC animated stuff.
I want to think
Um,
so. Yeah. Where will
I'm really excited to see that actually, because I mean, reading the comic book is going to take too freaking long. But if I can watch like a season of Absolute Batman, I'd just be like, yes, okay. You know, it's like
it's
I don't have to lift a finger, just
yeah.
watch it on the big screen or the computer screen.
Yeah, like you said, yeah, it's highly expected to stream on Max HBO. Yeah, it
Yeah,
makes the most sense because of Warner Brothers and everything. So
and that would just give it another
shot in the arm.
headwind. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
for sure.
I mean, you might want to go out and get that #1 cover print. You know what I mean? I know you've been kind of like on the fence about it, but you should get it now. But get it
Well,
now
I,
before
I think right now it's probably
it's too
a bad
expensive.
timing again, right? I mean, it shows as a raw for 180. I don't think. I mean, I'm going to test it here, but I don't think you can pick one up at 180. If we're being uh,
What's a 98 500?
Yeah, so the value for my signed one shot up to 550, and I don't have I have the virgin cover, right? So um yeah. Which well but mine is signed, so I would assume that a 98 unsigned cover A might be around 500. You're right. Yeah.
Remember we were looking at the raw Jim Lee variant at what was it? Atomic was it Action Comics? We asked the guy, "What are you asking for the Jim Lee?" Do you remember?
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
And what did he say? He
Was like
wanted 250 for it. It was raw.
Yeah, yeah. I kind of spaced out on that just because it was really out there price
Okay.
wise. But yeah.
No, it was the Jim Lee. It was a variant, Absolute Batman #1 variant, Jim Lee variant. I think it was a version variant, or maybe that was the only one. I think it was the only it only came out as a version, maybe. But he was like, he said 250 for the virgin high grade copy. And at the time, I was like, what? Come on, man! I'm not gonna waste my entire summer budget on a book that,
but
yeah,
but I don't know if that one was signed. I've seen some signed ones that they are selling around
it
that.
wasn't signed. It wasn't
Okay,
signed.
yeah. Then it's a little bit overpriced, but it definitely it's up there. And actually, on I don't know if it was at HeroCon or something like that, a an original art piece from Absolute Batman um, sold for $18,000, which
Like
is
page art
for
or cover art.
uh like a cover art. Yeah. Um, let me find.
The Degroda cover art.
No. I get Absolute
Like a
Batman.
variant cover art. That's
Not
what you're
not
talking.
not even, not even a comic, just a original art. Um, Absolute Batman cover sold 18K. Let's see here. From Dan Quintana, sketch cover sold for 18,000.
Dan Quintana sketch cover. Jeez.
Yeah,
Does
which
it look really
is
dope?
it looks really dope. Let me here see if I can let me share the screen here. Um,
I mean, if it looks dope, I guess, yeah, original art is gonna command a high value. But
well, it's what had everybody kind of like. Let me see if I can here add to stage. So I'm gonna remove your thingy real quick, and I add
okay.
this to the stage. Okay. So
Oh,
yeah, so this was it. Well, the thing is, like, I mean,
that's
he's a
dope.
great artist, but he wasn't like the you would have expected maybe from Jim Lee or somebody, right? Um, not that he's not a great, he's obviously a great artist, but like this just shocked a lot of people for what somebody $18,550.
Wow.
Absolute Batman blank cover, Dan Quintana. Yeah, like that's more than Todd McFarlane has been getting on his stuff, and that just shows like how much the interest is there for the Absolute universe.
So is this what, like a sketch cover?
I think so. Yeah, it's a sketch. It's a sketch cover. Yeah,
That's ridiculous.
blank cover. Yeah, yeah, yeah. It's yeah, but it looks amazing. I
Someone
mean,
overpaid for that. I'm sorry.
oh, for sure. Yeah,
Yeah, but it's cool art. But I mean, it's not even original comic. I mean, it's original. But what I'm saying, it's like it's not a cover
yeah,
art.
yeah. It's not something that went into print. It's just something,
Right.
or quote unquote, just is something that he drew up, which looks amazing. One thing that I always seen on I think the guy has like one of the best signatures out there right now. I would say, I don't know if you're gonna keep that up, but like his signature looks awesome. Um, yeah, but that just kind of tells you where this is. But did somebody overpay? Probably. I mean, because I mean, you could buy like when I've seen some of those videos about shows when they're selling original art from like Silver Age and stuff like that. I mean, those are like 15K sometimes. I mean, unless it's some really big key or something like that, then it goes up further. But yeah,
Would you want that for 18K? Would you
I think it's a no, no. I
No,
don't think
that's
I
a
would
hard
drop that kind of money.
one. That's a
Uh,
hard
I
one.
I don't have 18K, and if I had it, I don't think I would drop it on an art piece.
Right. Hey, you know what? This one needs a press. I'm going to show
Which one?
you.
The one you just got?
Yeah, it's got some damage there. It doesn't break color. Can you see it?
Oh wait, I have to add it to the stage. Sorry.
You see that bend there?
Um,
Right there.
on the
It
corner
breaks
or where?
color. Yeah, it breaks color right there. You see it?
It's hard to see, but okay. Yeah, I can press it. That's no problem.
Okay.
Signatures are not affected.
Um, yeah, that's kind of disappointing. That's why you got. I mean, I got this for shipped here, $16.
Ah, it's a steal, yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, it's. We'll see. I mean, yeah, it needs a press, so I'll get this over to you at some point.
Yeah, yeah, no problem. Yeah, I I pressed everything for my next submission. I just need to let it sit. I finished yesterday. Took it
This
out
is for the
yesterday.
9.8.
For the 9A pre-screen, everything has been pressed. The ones that I had to take out because of bad storaging and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Had to fill in some other stuff. But I wanted to wait till Monday, Tuesday. Like the ones that I repressed, checking to make sure that there's no regression in terms of like any stuff that's coming back.
Right.
I mean, some of the ones like that the Todd McFarlane Spider-Man, if there's still like the polybag crease, if that comes back, and they don't give it a 9.8, then it's fine. Then I would submit it. I would resubmit it again. I'm not worried about that. Just want to make sure that I'm not just one or two out of mind. I just don't want to waste too much money. I really want to make sure that enough of the 25 actually come back in a 9.8. Yeah.
Cool. I mean, that's going to be your next big kind of wait and see, like unboxing and all that.
Yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna take. I mean, I'll take some pictures just so we, because I have the idea how I want to present. I don't think I want to do like a live unboxing like the other one, just because it's on a pre-screen is less. I think it's less exciting.
Oh, because they're
Maybe.
either they're all going to be
Yeah.
9.8s, right?
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, if I'm lucky, you get some higher, but I'm not even counting on that. I'm not. You
Yeah.
can't count on that.
Well, I still think
Yeah.
you should reveal it.
Yeah, yeah. I will definitely reveal it. I just have an idea about how I wanted to do a video, kind of show the picture and then see if it's present the picture and then seeing if it did it get slapped or did it not, so I think, but that's easier to do if you have like the if you edit it together. It's harder to do on a live reveal, but I did like that. And the one I have to see, like, I wanted to do, because I have in my mind like the next two submissions. I already kind of know what I want to do. So the one after that, it won't be that many, but I do want to send out at least some of the signed books, especially since I already pre-sold one. So I kind of want to not put this too far on the back burner. Yeah.
Wait,
And
which one did you pre-sell?
the Mighty Mouse with the Neil
Oh yeah,
the
okay,
Neil
for
Adams.
Marcel, yeah.
Yeah, he already bought that one, so don't want to. He gave me the money already, so I don't want to put that on the back burner. Feel bad about it. So yeah, but there's also some stuff in there that I definitely, because I do like the signed books, so I definitely want to get those slapped next, and then after that, it will be another one like the first bulk one, because I have some more like my Moon Knight #1, have an older Masters of the Universe, because there's gonna be a few. There's gonna be a few that they're like in the eight to nine range and stuff like that. So um, that'll be another live unboxing, because I think that's fun that way. Yeah. Oh, here, let me add it.
Stare at Kara.
Yeah.
Any Supergirl books that the film maybe inspired you to like pick up or look at?
Uh, I think there's another. Let me see here if I. There's one
There's
that
a
came
bunch of
out.
variants right now, like the Summer of Supergirl book, the one shot you're telling me about.
Summer of Supergirl special #1. There's some
Yeah,
variants there. They
I didn't see anything
actually.
that like was caught my eye.
So the cover that they're using for that IMAX cover, the one that we should have gotten, a version of that they used for Justice League Unlimited #20. So
Oh,
it's the same cover, just a different trade dress. Yeah.
interesting.
So that one came out this week. It's also a key.
Why that book though? Why Justice League?
Not that I'm picking that up. I just like it. It's exactly the same cover,
Yeah,
Um,
that's weird.
but I'm looking at the Summer of Supergirl. There's a couple of variants that look really cool. Yeah, let me share here real quick. Main cover. Where did I lose my mouse here? Okay, let me take this one off and share a screen. We lost our audience long ago. That's okay. Okay, so this is. Can you see? That's Summer of Supergirl, and I like this. This is.
Are you sharing your screen?
Like, wait, let me go back then. You're not. Oh, I need to always do two things here. Okay, at the stage. So that's the A cover.
Yeah,
That one is okay.
that's
I
cool.
mean, this one is the one I liked actually. The Villalobos.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cool.
That's a cool one. Um, there's another variant right here. That is. Move it to the side. Who's the artist?
I want
Sorry.
to get that full. I don't know if that's a real book or not, but the one, just the poster of, where she's wearing the sunglasses and the got the jacket on. It's the photo cover. Is that a thing?
Oh, like from the movie?
It's the movie poster.
I don't. Let me actually go back. Actually, this
I
kind of
hope
looks
that's a
cool
book. I
too.
would like to get that book. That'd be a cool book to own, just because it's like Summer Supergirl, and it is the movie poster cover,
Yeah. Okay,
but I don't see
go
it.
back one more time. Come on. I think I'm in a loop here. Okay, so here, this is the one we should
That's
have
cool.
gotten
Yeah, that's cool.
yesterday.
Yeah.
Filmed for IMAX, and then if you see this one here is the Justice League Unlimited. It's the same thing, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So,
If,
but
yeah.
I wanted to see there
How much are the
is.
AMC comics selling for? Did you see if anyone that's posted or eBay
Well,
posted?
the key collector app is pointing at $20, and that a lot of people are trying to get anywhere from 15 to 20 plus shipping. So
Jeez.
that's why I'm kind of like, I don't know. So, Woman of Tomorrow. Okay, so this is
We
the.
should go after this book. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one. $50, right?
I could
So
have picked that up out of a dollar bin one time. I'm kind of pissed I didn't now.
Okay, so yeah, there isn't really. So that was the free one. I actually have this one, but I have it in
Cool.
my
Yeah,
trade
yeah, yeah,
box.
yeah.
But I think I might. I'm gonna hold on to it for now.
Should have
I
picked
think.
up the Superman one. Yeah, should have picked up this.
So this is the AMC cover, and then all these others are just some reprints and stuff like that of the original. But there isn't really a movie poster like like the Millie Alcock cover or anything like that,
Okay,
which is a
I
bit of
thought
a
I had
bummer.
I thought I had seen that one, but I guess it's not. That's not a real book. Okay,
Yeah, yeah, I don't think there's.
nice.
Yeah, yep, yep. All right, should we should we call it? Like
Unless
I
you have
said,
anything to like show off or provide
I
updates on.
I didn't. Yeah. Besides, like working on that submission, um, I did. I did crack dork number one. I told you yesterday I was gonna submit it to get signed, but after further inspection, I think they roughed up my book a little bit too much. I've listed it raw on eBay just to make some money back for the submission. Yeah, I'm just gonna give up on it. I'm not really. The signature would have been cool just for what it is, but I don't want it to come back as an 8.0 again,
Mhm. Yeah,
or anything under a 9, signed or not. So I decided I'd rather sell it, and if it's something that I want down the line, then I'll hunt it down, or buy a 9.8 slab if I'm really like, if my heart is set on it, which I doubt. It's a great story. I read the first one. I'm gonna continue reading it, but I I don't think it's something that I must have for myself, right?
mhm.
But maybe if I change my mind down the line, then
Yeah.
I'll.
I think for you and me, our next. Um, so this weekend, we probably won't be doing anything. Next weekend is July 4th weekend, but the weekend after that is our Portland trip.
That will be Portland, yeah, July 11th.
Yeah, and we have to map out where we're gonna go,
Mm-hmm.
and yeah, uh, got to kind of head down there early. Early morning. I say we just go like as early as we can, get there before any of the shops open, right? And maybe grab something to eat on the way, and just it's gonna be chaos. I mean, literally, um, we're gonna be time strapped to hit as many. You know what I mean? Like it's just gonna be like, all right, next shop. It's
Yeah, I
unless
mean
you want to do a more curated like uh hunt, like just a couple shops and spend time, like quality time versus like trying to hit up everything. What's your take on that?
there was there were it's twofold, right? I mean, there's two big ones um that I really want to see, but on the other hand, like I'm always torn about it, like, so because they're gonna have a lot of stuff, it's gonna be interesting, there's a lot to go through it, um which I like. But on the other hand, we always find good stuff at smaller stores, I feel like, right? So yeah, we really have to see how we do this. I don't. There's also the one in Vancouver, but we said we got, since we're doing it a day trip instead of like a weekend. I would say the one in Vancouver, Washington, we leave for next time. Um, so let's pick out. There's the two biggest one, and maybe pick a Another one, and let's map it out. Like if one is open later than the other, that we then
Exactly.
kind of
You got
do
to
it
be
by the
efficient. Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah, be most efficient about the time. Maybe one, if there's one, most of them always open around 11 or 12. But if there's one opening at 10 or something like that, then we
And
have to go
let's
by those
not
kind of things.
focus. Let's try to be where we're not driving around everywhere.
Yeah,
Let's try to like map it to where they're all in the same area. Like I don't want to go drive to Beaverton just to hit a shop
exactly.
when all the like just the stuff near downtown or the vicinity of downtown should be fine because they have a lot of mind you, Portland has a lot of shops all kind of uh,
Yeah,
focused in the same area. But if we try to go in the suburbs and do that, that's just going to be
yeah,
untenable unless there's something really there worth like hitting as a last stop or something.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's map that out some more, and we have some time till then.
Yeah.
You sent me that video once about somebody that was hitting all the ones. There was one in the mall that didn't really have like back issues, so it's good to know that, so that we don't have to go. Um, in the mall is, anyways, it's a little bit of a pain. Like the parking usually it takes a little bit longer. Then you have to get through the mall and stuff like that. So that wouldn't be something I would want to do anyways.
There's one shop. I think this is the one Damien mentioned that we have to hit up, but it's got a back issue bin. It's not strictly $1, but I think the majority of it is $1. But it's like a discounted bin, and it's big enough to where, and they're always kind of like refilling it and doing, and so there's always going to be new stuff in there.
Yeah,
My point is like we could literally spend all day there
yeah,
and not, you know what I mean? Like there's so much there. Um, it would just be time consuming to. So I mean,
yeah.
do we want to hit up that place at all? Like that's my thing. I was like, like if we're gonna hit that place up, and be thorough, it's gonna be time consuming. If we're gonna just like hit different places just to see what they have and maybe again we don't know where that gem is going to be.
Right, right.
That's the difficulty of this like project. It's like, do we hit up a bunch of places or do we focus our time and effort on where we might find the best stuff? What are your
Yeah,
thoughts?
I think we need to map it out. So if there is, because I know there's two really big ones. If one of them is further away from the other ones, then that might has to be nixed for that one, for that day. Um, if they're in like a clustered area, we look at it that way. And then for like a bigger store or something like that, maybe set a time limit. But if you start looking through and you're pulling out like gem after gem after gem, and we're like reaching the limit, then we can say like, whatever, screw the limit, we're just gonna stay here because we're already like finding gold. Then we just keep going, right? And we just call an audible, and just do it that way. But yeah, let's look at opening and closing times, and so we maximize our time and not to spend. I mean, we're already driving far out, so let's not spend like driving all over Portland
Yeah,
to
that's
do
kind of my
that.
point. Like I don't want to, in the hope to like see what everything has, we don't really see what they have. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like in the hopes of like we got to go to the next place, and we just don't do a thorough, or I shouldn't say thorough, but like kind of do a half-ass like hunt
yeah.
at each
But
of the
let
places. It doesn't serve us, but at the same time, unless we hit those other places, like it could just be sitting there on the wall, like the book that we need, right? It's like I
yeah,
kind of want to do hit as many places, and it's just how fast and efficient we are. So like if we I like Yeah, it's kind of a, we just don't know what's going to happen that day. You know,
Yeah.
it's
And
just,
one thing we have to do is like, I mean, map it out, and then also the day before, kind of check in with them. Not that we're doing like the Tales to Astonish, and then we're standing in front of a closed door after we drove 4 hours to get there.
that would be
Um,
horrible, man.
yeah, so let's if that's the case, the day prior, and we kind of say like, okay, these are the 2 or 3 stores or whatever we're gonna hit for sure,
Yeah.
and
Make sure they're open.
store
Yeah.
number 2 is not opening or has something going on, then we're just gonna say like, okay, let's move on to 3 and 4, and we do it that way.
Yep. Sounds good. All right. And also,
Alrighty.
the other thing is, um, I'm really going down there to help you hunt. Because I don't, I want to reserve, unless I find something, I'm only going to take at most $40. And I don't even want to spend it, to be honest.
Okay.
Um, so this is really like just to hang out with you and help you find stuff. For me, I really want to take at least $200 to Canada for
Right.
that show. Um, but at the same time, I want to also hunt with you throughout the summer. So I'm just letting you know I'm putting some guardrails around spending so that I don't take $20 to Canada. Just that's all I'm left with, right?
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's my expectation for Portland. I'm gonna take money, but my hope is to find some dollar bin books, some really key fine dollar bin books, but not spend more than 20 to $40.
Yeah.
I always say that, and I always, you know me, man. You know, it's like I say, like, hey, I'm gonna spend. Sometimes I do not spend. Sometimes I like I'm good about it, but then most times I'm like, shit, I found some really good stuff, and I need to get it right. So it's like I'm just letting you know. That's kind of where
Yeah.
I am right now. It's like I want to have fun in Portland, but I also don't want to blow the wad there as well. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, and I've been getting pickier, and I've actually I started listing some bundles of stuff that I want to get rid of, and yeah, both like to make space and to have extra cash to
Mhm.
you know
Yeah, I mean,
to
you got
do
a
that.
lot. You got the submission. You got, yeah. What's your
Yeah, I
budget
still
for Portland and Vancouver right now?
uh I don't know for sure. Like Portland, I actually haven't really thought about it. Like for now, I've been thinking of it like a regular Saturday when we go out, where it's usually like around
Just whatever catches your eye. Yeah.
what catches my eye, but not go crazy, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, last weekend I think I spent only about like $17 or $18, which is not bad. But like, yeah,
Yeah. I
maybe.
really thought you'd have picked up more sign books in that from that box, but you would like, you just got that one and you just walked out. So that was good. It
Well, it
was a
was
big
worth
one,
it.
but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I do. I mean, if Vancouver, Canada is really that good, I also want to take yeah, 200-300 bucks there. So I want to focus on that, like to walk away with something decent from there. So yeah,
Find the Canadian variants.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
They're not,
yeah. I was
they're
thinking
not
about that.
higher
I think you
value
picked.
there. They're
I
actually
think you
like,
picked that one up. Didn't you also get the Alpha Flight number one, the Canadian amp?
no. So I'm hitting myself over because I could have picked that up for $1.
Oh wow.
Alpha Flight Canadian, and that's the one you want. You want the because they're a Canadian team. You want the
Right.
Canadian variant. And again, I had it in front of me for like I think he won like $2 or $3 for it. And I'm just like, it's like a $10 book. It was literally like the best deal. But I was so like conscious of like I only have $30 left, and I was like, but
Yeah.
I got other books, so I can justify like not. But I definitely am looking for that book when I go back down there, and there'll be a bunch. So that's
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
we'll pick up some
But
Alpha Flight #1
yeah.
Canadian variants for sure.
But that one I do would prefer like a really high grade copy, especially since if it's not going to be like the raw is not that expensive. So like I'd rather instead of $2-3, I'd rather spend the $10 and make sure I get like a 9.6, 9.8
Oh
out
yeah,
of
yeah,
it.
yeah.
So
Do you want to like it slabbed? No.
I think so. Yeah, I think the Canadian variant is worthwhile. It's the newsstand and the Canadian variant are worth getting graded, not the regular one.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
I was asking, would you want if you found it slabbed like in a 9.6 or 9.8, would you buy it as a slabbed book?
No, because
No.
no, that's one of those things. Because I think they would want too much money for it. Because there is some value to it, right? And
Yeah,
that would be one of those things where I'd rather do it myself,
get the
and
result. Yeah,
have that excitement that I only put like X amount in and I get potential money out of it. So, but yeah,
all right, Ron. Ron is probably napping away. And again, everybody, thanks for hanging out with us, man.
yeah,
Uh,
they all kind of locked off already a while back, but
yeah,
maybe they'll watch it on the when they have more time because we've been going on and on. But
it was a fun movie. I just want to thank you again for going to watch it with me, and um, the summer of
yeah,
Supergirl didn't disappoint. And we're just getting started, right? We're just
yeah,
getting started. Good start
for
to the
sure.
summer.
No,
Um,
wanted to thank you because if it was just me, I don't know if I would have gone by myself if I didn't have like because I don't think like my kids were into it or something like that. So I might have just said like, well, it looks interesting, but I'll just wait for it to stream it. So yeah. So no, thank you.
yeah, and you got the summer cup of the season.
Got the cap of the season.
Oh my gosh, you know how many videos I've seen of people like talking about that cup? It's crazy. It's like everybody's talking about that. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm still not sure if I should have gotten the Lobo topper but it looks kind of like Millie, so I think it's good. It's good that way.
now you gotta go full perv, man.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna walk into your room and like, what is that?
What the hell is wrong with you?
What are you collecting these days?
Yeah,
All right, buddy.
it'll go right next to this one. I don't know if I showed this. I got this at a yard sale like a week ago. Go right next to my Brie Larson cup.
I think you just fell down a collecting rabbit hole here.
Yeah, I think I might have a drinking problem, right? All right. Well, um, yeah. Thanks for hanging out. Let's we'll stay in touch via offline and yeah, have some fun with the family, and then we'll keep talking, and we'll plan for Portland.
Yeah, yeah. And um yeah, we'll plan for Portland. And we got to plan some stuff out because there's a bunch of shows and stuff. And again, like with my budget limitation, I just want to make sure we're on the same page about what we do. But we'll talk about offline for sure.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay.
All
Bye,
right. Good night,
everyone.
everyone.